You are listening to a True North Eager Beaver Media Podcast. The True North Eager Beaver podcasts are proudly brought to you by our founding sponsors, the Miss V Mysteries from Corvid Moon Publishing, your source for science fiction, fantasy, and cozy mysteries featuring a broad diversity of characters. CanadianTarot.com, your uniquely Canadian online eclectic tarot community and forum, and The Peppermaster, hot pepper sauces made from fresh farm ingredients to thrill your taste buds and expand your mind. Well, good morning and hello, kids. Welcome to Season 3 and episode number 68 of the Daily Beaver here on the Crier Media Network. Today, recording day is Thursday, March 2nd, 2023, and it will be a cloudy but mild day here at the Beaver Lodge. I'm your host, the Eager Beaver, pronouns he, him, hey, Mr. Beaver, eh? And with me, back in his usual den, is my pal, my good friend, my partner in crime, Mr. Grizzly. Of course, a big thank you goes to our podcast's founding sponsors, the Peppermaster, the Miss V Mysteries from Corvid Moon Publishing, and CanadianTarot.com. It's nice to have you back where you belong, Mr. Grizzly. Nice at home in your natural environment for our Thursday morning nibble. How's your mental health today?
Thank you, Mr. Beaver. First off, I'm not awake. It's 3 days in a row that I'm just completely wiped out, exhausted. I think my mental health is okay. I think usually when I get this tired is when that asshole anxiety comes in to haunt me. But I think I'm too tired for even that right now. So yeah, I'm just gonna make it through the day whichever way I can. Work my day, and then when I finish, I'm going to come home and go to sleep.
Yeah, I'm like you. I've been all over the place the last week. I don't know what happened. It started on Sunday night. I got a bit, well, no, actually this weekend I went to Toronto and I didn't sleep very well in the guest room. But that was relatively okay. But on Sunday, for some reason, I had an adrenaline rush somewhere in the evening and didn't get to bed until 4, which was when I sent you that text. The next day, like I said, feeling great all the way through. So, sort of went to bed at a regular time. And then the next afternoon, how was when it hit, though. Yesterday, I was dragging. I had my butt under my armpit and I was carrying it and I was dragging it all around everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, my word.
I was energized all day yesterday because I was super busy with work. And that's cool. That's cool. That's righteous, as the kids sometimes say. But when work finished, I left the office at about 5:45. So I was, in there at 7, left at 5:45. Makes for a long day. But I did get a lunch, 15 minutes for lunch yesterday. So, step in the right direction.
You told me when we were doing the pre-show there that you had logged in 10K at the office.
Yeah, 10 kilometers. Yeah, 2 days. 2 days in a row. I marched 10 kilometers throughout the building. So, uh,
Jeez.
yeah, it's well. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays are the busiest. Today is a little less busy. Wednesday's an insane day in the office because everybody comes in. And starting at the end of May, they have to come in 2 days a week. That's a Government of Canada thing. And because I'm contracted to a Crown Corp, they have to observe Government of Canada rules and regs. That's
Right.
why I had to work on Family Day when everybody else had it off.
Right. 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 Um. Okay. I know that you sent me something about that Mubin Shakes sent us, and I want to keep that for the main portion. But if you have any like little tidbits that are a little
Oh,
lighter
I
to start
do.
the show, then let's do it.
I do.
Good sir.
First off, um, here's misrepresentation or horrible reporting on CTV's part. Uh, Chatham
Yes.
Cenotaph damaged with blue spray paint from CKPS, which is a CTV affiliate. Chatham Kent Police are looking for suspects after the Chatham Cenotaph was damaged with blue paint. That's not
Yes.
what happened. This
Nope.
is. Just days after Germany's neo-Nazi AFD Christine Anderson finished her Canada tour, and CTV News will only say the Canadian War Memorial was damaged with blue spray paint in quotation marks. Those are Nazi swastikas. Do better, CTV News.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Yep.
What do you say
So,
to that? Like,
yep.
what do you say to that? Look,
Swastikas in CPC blue.
yeah, and and all they said was damaged with blue spray paint.
Mm-hmm.
You're leaving out the crux of the story. That is irresponsible. That is neglectful. That is trying to make it look less than what it is.
That's what we call burying the lead.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know what CMB means, Kitland. I was wondering as well.
Yeah,
I haven't
I've been
found that out yet.
asking, haven't been able to find out, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Not
So, Chatham Kent police are looking for suspects after the Chatham Cenotaph was damaged with blue spray paint. Not only damaged, was vandalized and desecrated
vandalized.
with swastikas. Vandalized and desecrated. Sometime, is it desecrated in that case?
I would call it desecration.
Okay. Because
That's a monument to people who gave up their lives to fight against Nazism.
yeah. No, I know that there's another word that's used for something, and sometimes it's desecration, sometimes it's something else, and I
Mm.
wasn't sure about the difference. Sometime overnight between Tuesday and Wednesday, 6:40 a.m., an unknown person or persons used blue spray paint to damage the cenotaph at 6th Street and King Street West. If you have any information or video to help identify the suspects, please contact Constable Jordan Tone at jordan@chatham-kent.ca or 519-436-6600. Anonymous callers may call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS or 222-8477 and may be eligible for a cash reward. And that's about all that CTV Windsor published about that as of about 6 hours ago.
Yeah.
On that smaller little article, however, it did say actual swastikas, but on the larger one that went on the main network, yep, just damaged with blue paint.
Literally buried the lead.
Yeah, because this is the type of thing that you want to, talk about in euphemisms, right?
No. Deliver us the straight goods. Facts first. They left out the most important fact, which makes one beg the question, why would they do that? Why? Why would they do that?
Why? It's
I
very, very
mean,
confusing.
let your minds wander where they may, but why would they do that?
You have to wonder.
Mm.
You have to wonder.
I have another one for you, another quick
All
one
right.
here. It's got two quick images. The first one, this is another one of the bad vaccine takes. You got to read this because I'll read it out so the listeners can hear it. But this is like, wow. You can download any Bluetooth app and literally track those that have been vaccinated within 100 meters from you. They have their own electronic signatures within their system after being injected. I've seen it done. You can then go in deeper and read their vitals and temperature using just a regular Bluetooth app and connecting with their body. A doctor was forging vaccines, and after an incident, he got a call from the government telling him that they can't connect to the patient. Not his cell phone, but him directly. That speaks volumes. No, it doesn't, because this is the best thing that follows it up. From Patrick Dusselblom at at Patrick Dusselblom replying to at bad vaccine takes. So the government implants this dastardly tech that's centuries in advance of what's on the market into people, and some random can just use an open source app to get connected to folk to get their vitals with no authentication at all via Bluetooth. Color me skeptical, and he did spell color right, so I'm assuming this gentleman is either Canadian or from the UK or maybe Australia, but either way, he spelled color correctly. But it's like, yes, the technology that they're talking about, that is 23rd century Star Trek stuff. It does not exist, number one. Number two, an open source, unsecure app like Bluetooth can, no. Wow. Like the reach that they have, like the mental gymnastics to come up with something so ridiculously fantastical. It's like, I give up. I just give up. I can't even respond. I wouldn't even, like, Mr. Dusselblom was much kinder than I would have been. I would have been, you're an idiot, and then just noped out of there. No.
Yep. I see some comments here from the kids. Does CMB mean something? And somebody suggesting that maybe it means Cash Money Brothers. Cash Money Brothers is an actual thing, just so you know, but it's an African-American street gang that operated in Harlem, New York City during the 1980s and 1990s.
Yes.
So I'm not sure that neo-Nazis would identify themselves with the group that is black.
Probably.
I'm going to go out on a limb on this one.
Well,
I know it's a stretch.
There is a radical group called the what is it? The Black Hebrew Israelites, who are anti-Semitic.
Okay.
What? you missed like two things in the title.
Yeah. I got something for you, Mr. Grizzly. A couple of things to start off. Here you go. If you would put the first one up, please.
Happy to. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
So there we go. So we have a Nazi brunch again, the CPC, the Con-Nazi Party of Canada. And you will notice that in this photo, there are 10 people. Now, there's the other photo of them all standing in a row. When they're standing all in a row, there's only 9 people because this guy over here is not in the top photo. So I don't know if he was taking the photo and they got somebody else to take this one, but he's not in the first one. So there were actually 10 people there, not 9.
That's 10 Nazis.
Yes. And now, of course, we know who this guy is, right? Dean Allison. And we know how this guy is, Colin Carey, with Mr. Where There's Smoke while he's literally Burning Man. And then we have
Leslin. Yeah,
yes. Yes. Again, I thought of a nickname for her, but even that would be too close.
Best not then, and pretend that you did.
You know what? It's really hard, when there's something that you really want to say. I was having a conversation, I think it was with Kit Jen, and I was saying, well, she was mentioning like I could get dark and something, and she likes dark humor, and I said, well, I have levels, and this is for public consumption right out there. So I mean, I let myself go to a certain part, but I mean, if I know my audience and you're sitting right next to me, I can get pretty dark.
We discussed that yesterday,
right? So but I was wondering, okay, but while we're talking all about them 3 and her, but there are 10 people in this photo. Who are the other 6? One would wonder.
I don't know.
Well, we know for 3. We know for this lady here. We know for this lady here. And I assume it's this lady here. No, sorry, this lady here.
Okay.
These 3. And they are Stacy Cowder, Judy Stinson, and Bethan Nodwell. And
Bethan Nodwell rings a bell.
Yeah, it seems to they seem to be part of a group called Trinity Productions. And they have this little thing when they were on their page when they were asking people to donate for the What Would Christine Anderson Do tour. They actually called it the What Would Christine Anderson Do?
Yes.
Because they have that acronym, right? What would Jesus do, right? Or what would Jesus Christ do? So she replaced the Jesus Christ and the What Would Jesus Christ Do acronym with her own initials.
Yeah.
That's tell me you have an inflated sense of your own ego without telling me. So, yes, Trinity Productions, and apparently they're a group that was recently founded that creates these activities. There's a massive team of volunteers and sponsors behind the scenes assisting the success of Christine Anderson's tour. So, basically, it seems that everybody else, it was just people who volunteered who really wanted to have a dinner with a Nazi.
It certainly would seem so.
Well, I mean, they didn't just get any Nazi; they got one from Germany.
An authentic, full on.
Yes. So I mean, gee, it's like when what was it? Jason Kenney said, "Yeah, I will resign," but the day after, I finally get to see the Pope.
It's true. It's true, and it's bizarrely funny at the same time. It's like, there we go. Yeah, that's better.
Right?
I just
But first, the Pope. Like this, I'm going to leave now, the Cardinal says, but first, a feast. John Tory, I'm going to leave now, but first, my legacy. It's like the hockey Canada guy. No, I'm not going to go, but first, I need a chance to fix
Yes.
what it is that I broke. You can trust me. Like, what
Trust me.
is it with these people?
I don't know, man. Like, honestly, I don't
Who
know.
believe that they're entitled to one more thing after they're busted.
They want their cake, and they were damn well determined they're going to eat it as well. Eat it they will, but it won't be cake.
Pretty crap on a cracker. I'll say. And the other thing, because we were talking about it yesterday, Mr. Grizzly, if you will.
Sure thing, sir.
People receiving
money.
Fake money. That she actually sits there and she
counterfeit
puts stamps on them. Because she's trying. Clearly nobody's going to pass it off as a knockoff 20, but she is literally giving people something and trying to pass it off as actual money and convincing them that it is. So I don't know. That should be a crime. I know the criminal code does not specifically, make criminal attempts to represent things that clearly are not legal tender as being money, but there's a context here. It's like, take this money, I'm your queen, go out and spend it to make your life better. And then they realize one day that the dilaudid dollars do not bring upon calm and inner peace.
Dilaudid, isn't that a painkiller?
I believe so.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. I think that's what we should start calling her, because you got to be high to believe any of this shit that she spews.
Yep. So apparently you also need to wear the white coat and white hat uniform to receive money, not only if you work for her. Tell me it's not a cult. Tell me it's not a cult. Boy. And then there's this thing over here. Yeah, I won't play it all. We'll snap into some segments, but you'll get the idea what's going on here. This is really, just get a sense here.
I should have left my keys in the truck. I probably didn't. I did. All right, kids. Let's see. Gotta get this phone off me. And buckle up for safety, of course. See if I can shortcut through here. Woo! Oh, yeah. We're part of the motor parade now, kids. Here we go.
So this guy basically spotted the Prime Minister's motorcade and decided he was going to follow it.
Jeremy Glass on tyrant control.
Always good when you're about to engage in a crime and say your name.
Live stream the crime that you're committing.
And identify yourself.
Maybe don't do criming. Maybe don't do criming.
You're too dumb to crime.
Well,
coming to you live from Mississauga, Ontario. This is where I believe our Prime Minister will come out. So this is where maybe I can have a word
while
with
using
him.
his phone, which is also a crime, by the way.
Josh! Oh.
He's yelling. He's about to yell, Josh. Like, guy's not even out yet. He's about to start yelling at him already. Josh dead. Like this. So, okay. Again, totally deluded by your own sense of importance that you think that you can do this.
Yeah.
So basically, he's there.
I gotta try to get my window down first. You can guarantee he's coming out right here.
No, you can't necessarily guarantee that.
No.
All right. Sorry, guys, if my filming's a little bit shaky. Trying to get my magnaphone set up for this prick when he does come out.
Oh, do I have comments I could make here? I have so many comments I could make here. I could really hit below the belt, but I'm not going to.
I'm trying to get ready for my close-up now, Mr. DeMille. So anyway, he's trying to get all that set up.
For a second, I thought you were my buddy Curtis Reiki, but no, we're not that fortunate today.
No, they got trespass authority for the whole building.
Oh, so okay. I was out back with these guys, and I just followed them out front.
Okay.
All right.
So if you want to go with the other guys over there, that's perfect.
If you were able to give me 2 more seconds, you'll probably come out. Maybe you'll actually address me. I know.
So I was just hanging around. Like, if you could just give me 2 more, the white privilege, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
The white privilege at play here. If you could just give me. So basically, he's told to go. Then he starts driving around.
Mm-hmm.
And around. And around, and around, and around, and around, and around.
I was thinking more about Round Round We Go by Trooper, but...
So he's going round and round and round and round and round. And then eventually a policeman comes, and right now I'm getting the spinning wheel of death.
Yeah, that happens. Pull it down until you get it back up.
Yep.
Yeah, that's just strictly bizarre behavior. I have one for you.
Oh.
This is 39 seconds of insanity. I don't know what else to call it. 39 seconds of insanity. I'm going to put you on mute so there's no echo.
Okay.
And here we go. Check this out. This is absolutely crazy. And boom, and I'll share, and then we'll just mute you so there's no echo. And here we go.
We're just nut jobs.
Yeah, you said it.
Then you have our government telling Russia that they won't be dealing with any more of Russia's lies. Russia's lies. Well, Mr. Putin, if you're watching this, us Canadian citizens, we don't want to interfere with nothing, but you're more than welcome to come here and grab our Prime Minister and his whole caucus and all the other government officials who are cowards. Come and take them, please. We will even help you load them up, okay?
Okay, he calls himself a freedom advocate and then commits treason. Openly asking for treason acts on our soil to be committed by an invader of a country we're currently supporting. Do they not see the flaw in their logic here? Or are they just like, look, I don't want to pick on somebody's level of intelligence or lack thereof, but it's just staggering to me that somebody could say something, label themselves as a freedom advocate and a freedom fighter, and then call for an individual who would quite literally enslave us. Like, what is going on in this world right now? This.
I think I got the end of it now here.
Yeah? Okay.
Set up.
You just got to share it with me, and I'll be happy to show it.
Why does it keep doing that? That's really weird.
I don't know. Technology's weird. Here we go.
How to get out of a parking lot? You have bigger info this way?
There we go.
I'm just trying to figure out how to get out of here at this point. I'm just trying to
You're
figure
going to get arrested for trespass.
Do I go this way?
You've been told more than once.
I've been trying to figure out how to get out of the parking
If
lot.
you can't figure out how to get out of a parking lot, you have bigger issues.
I'm from a little town like Shelburne where there's only 8,000 people.
Get out. We're done.
All right, I'll get out if you want. This is, you can't just climb in my vehicle.
Yeah, we can't. Give me your hands.
I'll turn off my phone.
We're done.
Well,
So he always notice how he always has. I was just writing up behind these guys. Yeah, okay, like this. And then on that one before, the part that I didn't see is when they stopped him before. Is okay, yeah, okay, really, really good this time now. Okay, yeah. It's like because the last 3 times.
yeah,
Right. I just. It's just so damn annoying.
it's just beyond.
Where do you think you can do this? You can get
I don't
away
know.
with this. That you can do these types of things. Who teaches you that?
I don't know.
Right?
I just some days I have to. Some days I just have to give up because I don't understand what's going on.
And then we get this guy. Here we get another one. You know, when we talked about the people at the Seton Library in Calgary.
Mm-hmm.
Tried to get this happened.
Hello? Yeah, hi.
Derek from Constable Mass News CPS. Can we talk about what happened on the weekend?
Why are you showing up at my home?
You know why.
Why are you showing up at my home?
This is where you live, right?
Yeah, you guys could call me, or we could.
So was that?
You could have called me. When? No, she's okay.
You could have called me. They did apparently call him.
Right?
Yeah.
Why do we need to talk about it?
Because you're going to be arrested for it and charged.
Okay.
So we'll do it this morning, or I can just put warrants out for you.
Charged with what?
Mischief and causing disturbance.
Okay, let me get dressed.
Okay. You good with that?
Just give me a minute, okay?
Yeah, you betcha. Thanks, pal.
Okay. So, one, they call him to let him know he's going to come, but he did not pick up the phone. They call him to give him a head up that he is going to be, there's going to be an warrant and arrest. Who does that? Then he says, can I go get changed? And the cop says, yes, he can. Mr. Grizzly, if you will, it continues.
The cops just showed up to my house this morning, wanting me to go down to the cop shop with them. I can't get a hold of my lawyer right now, and I'm not going to go with you guys.
He said he was going to get changed, not to call his lawyer.
I'm not even sure what's all going on. So
apparently, you need to be sure what's going on before you get arrested now.
That's a new rule that I have not heard of.
Yes.
I'm not comfortable with that.
I'm not comfortable with being arrested today. Thank you very much.
Could we reschedule this for the springtime, perhaps? You know, I have winter chores to attend to first, you see.
So you guys just do whatever you got to do, and I got to go to work, and we'll take it from there.
I'm going to tell you this is going to go down. Normally, this is where people get turned around and the hands up against, right?
They're being very patient with him. And I think Saucy C, which Rhiannon has spelled it out. The amount of white privilege here is gross. If that was an Indigenous or black man, they would have been hauled out in their pajamas. I don't doubt that for a split second.
Another comment I saw on the web is that this guy is following a certain procedure when they know that somebody could be very volatile or dangerous, making sure that they're standing 20 feet away. And
yeah. Oh, yeah. No, the police are trying to know what they're doing.
Any way whatsoever.
Because they've already seen his antics, right? So they're like, he could be armed. We don't know.
Well, that's why the policeman went back to the car when the guy said, can I get changed? Because it's like, just in case you come up with a weapon. Right?
Yeah.
Stop driving your car, I'll be impounded, you can take me to jail. Right?
What's the charges?
Mischief and causing disturbance.
Okay.
In relation to the YMCA's fence seat on the weekend.
Right. Okay. I understand.
Okay. Can I give you my card? If you change your mind, you can get a hold of me?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not playing games, you Jack. Like, I'm not interested in playing games, dude. All right. That is me. That's my card.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Change
you.
your mind.
Thanks.
Right.
God bless.
And God bless at the end, of course, right? Because he's pastor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Right. All right. And then this is the one that you shared with me today, Mr. Grizzly. And this is, what the actual, yes, you're right. So, exactly. My thoughts, absolutely exactly. My thoughts, absolutely exactly. All right. So here we go. Here's a little 101 for you, kits. This is how it's done by Mubin Sheikh, who, you have
Friend
to
of
be
the
living under a rock.
network, yeah.
Yeah, if you don't know who he is, but knows his stuff when it comes to intelligence and spycraft and all that kind of stuff. So, how the manufactured crisis works: number 1, someone from CSIS leaks info. 2, media uncritically runs with it. 3, CSIS leaders admit they can't tell parties who to have on the roster, which contradicts the source and the reporting. 4, media keeps repeating contradicted source info. Ex-CSIS Dick Fadden, as we said earlier on a previous show, reported on Chinese Communist CCP, Chinese Communist Party tactics 10 years ago. Harper government literally made secret deals with the CCP, FIPA, for example. The partisan nature and timing right after the EA report of the leak and subsequent media coverage is to make like CCP influence suddenly emerged under Trudeau, a point that we were making on the show. Last cynical point. Remember Atwallgate? Both political parties knew about him, but media conspired with anti-Trudeau folks to sabotage the India trip with claims like, quote, Trudeau invites ex-assassin to dinner. These people have no scruples. They will throw their mother under the bus. P.S. Of course, don't forget cavorting with a pro-Putin bigot. You see any more scrutiny by media? Nope, it's over and done with because they have their distraction. You can see for yourself how media corporations are in lockstep now, trying hard to push this fake scandal.
Yep.
Yep. Yep. And then
brutal.
Someone asks, do we know for certain that it is a CSIS leak, that it couldn't come from someone on a committee who was in possession of legitimately, for example, as we suggested on the show yesterday, because there are conservative members on the NCCOP and the director of communications for the party, the newly hired director of communications of the party, just happens to be one of the defeated candidates in the writing of the one of all the candidates' names who have been made public, insinuating that this person was willing to take China's money and to do Chinese bidding. Now, okay, so
we're not saying there's anything there, but it is a paint by numbers picture coming to life.
People from the committee get the documents. Documents get leaked. Between whether or not the leak would come from a political source or whether the leak would come from someone inside CSIS who's disgruntled, I would be more inclined to lean onto the side of an opposition party if if there was no way that the documents could have legitimately gotten opposition hands. That would be one thing. But all parties know what's in the documents. And since you can only know what we can show, and CSIS has showed us nothing. All we have is the word of a journalist, I believe his name is Sam Cooper, and of Bob Fife. And it's not like Bob Fife hasn't been wrong on stuff before. SNC,
He's been known to torque stories. He actually admitted to.
Yeah, let it slip. Yeah, I think I might have that clip somewhere around here. I'll be looking for it. It's in this thread, so if I happen to fall upon it, I will show it. But that question is asked, and Mr. Sheikh said we are expected to uncritically accept the claims in the leak. So asking about that is not cool. The bigger story is that someone leaked CSIS documents. That's a huge security breach. Mr. Sheikh, Absolutely. See, we're not even being directed to a story. To the main story is that somebody actually leaked this, and then Sam Cooper, it was from Global, posted this about 20 hours ago, and it says here, Toronto TV has some footage of alleged CSIS target and LPC kingmaker Michael Chang at LPC leader Justin Trudeau town hall rally in Markham 2015. With interactions on stage suggesting Mr. Chan's importance at the 2015 rally, LPC leader Justin Trudeau embraces Mr. Chan warmly and pulls him next to him for a photo to start the session. So he presents these two, and someone says, this story is literally that an Ontario Liberal MPP and cabinet minister went to a Liberal rally, but the story is said in a scandalous tone.
Mm-hmm. Look, if they can try and make a paint by numbers picture, so can we. Except the difference is our paint by numbers actually add up to a real picture.
Yep. Indeed. Now there's a poll out, of course, that came out because you poll on that, and of course it says that a plurality of Conservatives believe the election was stolen.
Uh-huh.
Just, man. Well, I mean, when you want to believe. So, but they're bringing the January. They're just bringing the January 6th.
They're trying to. Yeah.
Yep. It's all.
They're trying to. The election was stolen. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. There's actually no evidence to even back up that statement. None.
Yep. And then there's another comment from Move and Shakes here. Yeah, sorry for my wording. Should have been CSIS report. I'm more inclined to believe this is a partisan leak from opposition than someone from CSIS calling up the media. So we were thought this yesterday. He's confirming and that this is what he suspects what it might be. Yes. He is way more well placed to know than me.
Exactly.
Right. And, then people who are familiar with the show might be familiar with a tweeter that goes by Diane Marie at Diane Marie Posts. Always very well researched, a good source. And in truth, do we even have a report to look at to satisfy ourselves that there actually is one? Unless I've misread events, which is certainly possible. All we have is Robert Fife's say so that there is one and that he has seen it, source undisclosed. Yeah. Like I said, if you can only know what we can show, we, the public, know nothing. We are just being taken for a ride and expected to just take it.
Mm-hmm. That's all it is. Yeah. Let's take them for a ride.
Yeah. Oh, man. I tell you. I tell you. It's crazy. All right. I believe we have a show, Mr. Grizzly.
We do. Because I got to get into the office.
Yes, you do. So yeah, we didn't have any one specific subject. It was just a whole bunch of stuff that
a lot of stuff we
saw here and there. But you see where it's all sort of.
Well, they're trying to distract from the whole Nazi story, right? And look, I keep seeing what's trending on Twitter. The hashtag Pierre Poilievre is a fascist. It's on Twitter everywhere. It's trending right now, as a matter of fact.
Jeez.
It's the number one thing trending in Canada. So,
Yeah. Here we go. This is the one that I wanted to show here very quickly from Nazi Caillou. There we go. That's the one. Canada's democracy. Whoops.
What'd you do there?
Yeah, there we go. Canada's democracy has been hijacked by China. Our election was stolen, and Justin Trudeau is an illegitimate prime minister. Here we go. We're bringing January 6th.
Yeah, the misinformation campaign has well begun.
Yep. And they're off.
Mm-hmm.
So, eyes wide open, kits. We're about to be buried under a mountain of bullshit. Right? Lots of slaloms down bullshit mountain just before the spring comes. So, eyes wide open and this is why we do the civics part, because they expect you not to know this part so that they can pull over the wool over your eyes and have you believe absolutely anything. So Just be careful. All right. We hope you love listening to us because we love making this to you. Remember, sharing is caring and word of mouth is priceless. Let your peeps know about us because democracy is something that you do. We're still going to keep on saying it. Write your MPs, write your senators, write your MPPs. Let them know that you're not standing for this Nazi shit.
Mm-hmm.
You do not see Nazis. You do not want to see Nazis. We love to hear from you. Reach us on our Facebook at True North Eager Beaver, our Twitter feed at True Eager, or by email at truenortheagerbeaver@gmail.com. And if you subscribe to our pod page at podpage.com/the True North Eager Beaver with a hyphen between each one of those words, we will have our shows to you when they're fresh off the bandwidth. We have a couple of shows on podcasts waiting to come out because we've had to leave the laptop at the remote location, but they'll be coming out tonight. So just please be patient with us. Why not also subscribe to our True North Eager Beaver Incorporated YouTube channel? Smash that button. It helps us out big time. We're trying to reach 1,000. We need your help to do that. And we also need your generous support if you can. You can find your way to our tip jar if you would like it. Mr. Grizzly's pointing if you're watching. You can scan that QR code. And if you are listening, you can go to ko-fi.com/eagerbeaver, all in one word, to make your donation. We appreciate everything that we get. Thank you very, very, very much. And finally, rather than a donation, if you'd rather have some merch to get something in exchange for your donation, well, we have that beautiful Eager Beaver merch. You could be styling, showing everybody that you're fashionable and engaged at the same time by going to our site, crier.co/crier-media-shop, and click on all the tabs that say True North Eager Beaver, and it will bring you to this beautiful merch with beautiful designs by our friend Kit Aussie Pete. And, well, this is your Eager Beaver from the Beaver Lodge saying, until next time, dear kids, it can be a tough world out there, so please be kind to and gentle with yourself. Mr. Grizzly, some words of wisdom.
Yes, actually, do not let the non-mainstream media, and in some cases mainstream media, distract you from the fact that members of the Conservative Party of Canada dined with a Nazi and greeted a Nazi. Yeah. Don't keep the pressure on. Don't let them distract you from that fact. That's what they're trying to do with this bullshit story that they're just launching. That we just showed you the tweet from Nazi Caillou, how the election was stolen. That is not true. We know that, and they're just trying to distract you from the story that you really need to focus on. Is that Skippy has not publicly come out and denounced or disavowed or kick the MPs out of caucus for dining with a Nazi.
And that someone, likely an opposition operative, has been leaking CISA's documents, and we still have the Stag and Doe thing going on.
Yeah. And they're trying to distract us from all of it by creating fake campaigns. And it's garbage. And no. Keep the focus on, remember, the hashtag's there. Pierre Oliver is a fascist. I didn't create it. It's on Twitter. You can find it. You can seek it out. Feel free to use it. I'm not telling you what to do or how to do things, but it's there. If you want to use it, you can use it. But keep the focus on, because we can't let this one go. We can't let it go. That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
It's the scene from Up with the dog saying squirrel, except underneath it's written China.
Yeah.
That's what's going on.
Okay.
All right, roll the credits, Mr. Grizzly.
Will do.
You are listening to a True North Eager Beaver media podcast. The True North Eager Beaver podcasts are proudly brought to you by our founding sponsors, the Miss V Mysteries from Corvid Moon Publishing, your source for science fiction, fantasy, and cozy mysteries featuring a broad diversity of characters. CanadianTarot.com, your uniquely Canadian online eclectic tarot community and forum. And The Peppermaster, hot pepper sauces made from fresh farm ingredients to thrill your taste buds and expand your mind.
song makes me happy.
Thanks to those who stuck around for the last second Easter egg. We'll see you soon.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Mwah.